this is something Coach Fisher wanted to do for as long as I can remember. And just with him playing in San Antonio and the schedule that Kawhi had, it just, didn't make sense early on. And then, we talked about it a little bit. There was a little window when he was in Toronto that year, and that didn't work. And once he signed with the Clippers, we kind of put the full court press on to see when it was going to be best for everyone involved. He wanted his family there. It was extremely important to Kawhi to have, the people that have been there from the start. And so we talked it out, and Mark Hughes, who worked for us, that played for Coach Fisher at Michigan, we looked at the schedule and found some dates that would work for Kawhi, but not his teammates. And that was kind of a cool piece that Mark thought that the players would be involved. And so he came out with this date. And, I did a master calendar and just wrote, Kawhi game day, San Diego State game day, and kind of X February 1st out. And he said, hey, we play at 12:30 that day. And again, I'm living in my world, so I'm not thinking about private jets and different things to get people from here to there. And he said, we'll just get a couple jets, we'll fly them up, and we'll get it done that day. So we found the date, and then I met with Kawhi's uncle Dennis 2 days before he played at Staples Center. So I went to the game and met with him. They had a game 2 nights, like I said, 2 nights before, and kind of presented what I felt if I was going to throw a jersey retirement, here's what I would do. Laid it all out, and then he had me make some changes of what they wanted to do, and from there we've been working since that date to make Saturday possible.
The Aztecs, Matt Soria, with us here. We're talking about the big night, a night San Diego will never forget. Saturday night as the red and black retired Kawhi Leonard's jersey number. Matt, was there any fear that because of what happened, the tragic loss of Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the rest of those lives, that Kawhi may not be up to it, that it would possibly get pushed back?
Initially that kind of popped in everyone's mind, but never once did they bring it up. Never once did the Clippers bring it up. They travel this way all the time. Mr. Ballmer, from what I hear, he flies in for most home games from Seattle, comes in the game and takes off after the game. So that group's used to traveling this way, and we talked a little bit midweek, and they were ready to go. So we tracked the flight, and he was on it and got in early. And once he hit the ground in San Diego, I think we all felt a lot better about it.
Matt, I tweeted Saturday night afterwards, just celebrating you all, and it just said I didn't see one single hiccup. There are so many things that maybe a microphone for Coach Fisher doesn't work out of the jump, and you have to stall, but not for 1 second. Was there anything, because you had this charted plan so well, anything behind the scenes that was more complicated or anything frustrated that we didn't even recognize?
The one thing that I kept telling people the day of, the morning of, it's kind of like your wedding day. You plan, and everything's supposed to go right, and something doesn't go right. And for my wedding, my wife Melissa was walking down the aisle, and we started talking, and the pastor introduced her as Melinda. So that was an obvious thing for everyone. So it wasn't like my wedding day.
Sure.
But for most wedding days, something doesn't go exactly right, and there almost was a hiccup midway through the presentation, and we were going to bring Kawhi's family out and have them, see the banner unveiling. We're going to have a great shot, and we're going to send it to them, and Coach Fisher was supposed to hang on to the mic, and Kawhi grabbed it, or I forget how exactly it went. And luckily, Brian Main, our public address announcer, was able to get his audio in because we wanted to make sure we unveiled the jersey before Kawhi got on the mic. So other than that, it was great. We took the pictures we wanted to take, and Utah State was great. We kind of told them what was going on and the timing, and that worked out perfectly. And then we added day of. We wanted some interaction with Kawhi and our players. We felt like, he makes it back over the summer and they see him in the gym, but not all the guys are always in there. And so we kind of threw a curveball at Kawhi and just said, hey, do you mind staying? And he was great. He came over, said hi to the guys. And I thought he was going to go, and he's like, hey, where's Dutch? I haven't seen Dutch. So we waited for Coach Dutcher to come out, and we shared a laugh, saw Mark Fisher and the rest of our staff. So, it was everything that I could have thought of, plus some.
Matt Soria, the Aztecs basketball program, again, deserves lion's share of the credit for for how great Saturday night was. And Matt, I mean, really, the only hiccup, and you didn't even know about it, was we snuck down to the floor, and we didn't even have like the pink photo badge on our arms.
Mike May.
Yeah.
He's gonna get you. Best in the business. He knows everything. So he might get on you later.
Yeah, that's all right. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. Matt, what has Kawhi meant to the program post Aztec career to this point?
Yeah, I mean he's a lot of it. Like Coach Fisher used to say, he came and had to talk about the stuff that he did at Michigan, and now we get to talk about the stuff Coach Fisher's done here and the things that Kawhi has done. And to be a guy that, I don't want to say he was under the radar as a high school senior. His senior year was unbelievable, but going into that senior year, he didn't have the name that the elite players in the NBA had, or a majority of the elite players in the NBA had. So for him to come here, to put his work in, to grow his game, from where we got him to where he is now, with all that hard work, it helps in recruiting. It helps with the donor relations, not only with the athletic department, but the university as a whole. We invested a lot of money in Saturday night, and we wanted to do it the right way. We wanted to get shirts on every chair, and that was something Kawhi wanted as well. And he helped with the design of what the shirts looked like. And we had a family room for him and his family to come in. We catered Barbusa, which was what Kawhi wanted. So we wanted to do it right. We invested a lot because we knew that there was a lot of eyeballs on our program, the school, the university, the city. Really, I mean, Doc Rivers had a nice quote after halftime. They had him on and talked about the environment here, and so all that stuff is from Kawhi. Doc Rivers isn't at the game without Kawhi. So there's so many things that he does that he doesn't physically or have to say. It's just him being him and being a student athlete at San Diego State. It's a national, worldwide thing. People think San Diego State, and it's Kawhi Leonard.
Matt, there's been so much grieving going on in the game of basketball. And that interview with Doc Rivers, you saw the smile on his face because of that atmosphere. It felt like it was, it was part of healing. And I got to tell you, as I was standing on the court, Cost and I were there to film the show and just kind of be down to cover that atmosphere. And I thought to myself, this is the drug. This is the sports drug. This is why we do what we do. This is why you do what you do. This is why sports has fans and why you were 12,414 strong. And you're like the dealer, right? Like you're the provider. You were the provider of that drug because it was spectacular Saturday night. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you. And I don't know, were you guys shooting video, or did you have someone else shooting like camera phone video?
Oh, we did it.
Out?
Oh, it was terrible, but we were shooting it.
No. I'll tell you what. My son over the last year and a half has just been this basketball crazed little guy. He woke up this morning and he was watching TikTok videos. And Mark Hughes, like I said, who worked with us, and his wife Rana and kids were there. Sat with my wife during the game, and they went down for the halftime. And Dylan's got his Clippers hat on, his Clippers Kawhi jersey on, and Mark invited him down. And so as the players came out, Dylan got to give high fives to the guys. Mark introduced Dylan to Doc Rivers, and an extra, whether it was you guys or someone with your organization, was filming it. And so now I have it on film, and so that's a memory that he had, and we didn't really have a camera on it. And so thanks to you guys, I was able to share with my parents and my brother and my whole family Dylan's interaction with the Clippers. So I thank you guys for
that's awesome.
happening to get that moment.
That was
that was one of the things that made my day, having Kawhi's, his day, having our former players back. So many of them came back. Everyone that's in the United States on that 10-11 team, other than Tim Shelton, because he's at Fresno State, was in town for the event. Our academic advisor, Christy Dock, Marty Milano, everyone came back for the night. So that too was very special for me to get to have this, have them involved in it.
Matt, congrats, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for your time.
Having me on.
Thanks,
right.
Matt. Great chat.